It's about time I did a Ragnar video. I love Last Bastion Studios' delicious paint jobs, I love the folks behind the company, I love their creativity, and this figure is a perfect example of it. But first, let's drink. To make my Banagnar cocktail, you'll need creme de banana liqueur, a butterscotch schnapps, a cinnamon whiskey, dry vermouth, and Angostura bitters. In your shaker, add 1 ounce creme de banana liqueur, a ½ ounce of butterscotch schnapps, a 1/4 ounce cinnamon whiskey, a ½ ounce dry vermouth, and 2 dashes of bitters. Shake it with ice to dilute and chill. Pour that into a coupe glass and enjoy. Cheers! For the uninitiated, the Ragnar figure started with his original color version, first sold through a Kickstarter campaign. Since then, the creative minds at Last Bastion Studios have released a multitude of delicious color variants. I'm going to keep using the word delicious because not only are these paint jobs exceptional, but their names are usually food-based, like Tangerine Paloma, Boysenberry Chrome, Cotton Candy Kiwi, and this banana one, which is my favorite of the bunch, pun intended, because they even put it in a mesh fruit bag. It's genius and I love it! Now, most Ragnar figures come in a plastic bag with header card, as most soft vinyl figures do, with the headers here featuring art by Robo7. The header cards don't usually have any other indication about the figure variant within, but the cards can vary in size. While I've taken mine out of the plastic bag, it's still going to be displayed in the mesh. I like how the mesh is thin enough for us to fully see and appreciate the paint job. However, I've found that you can easily undo the clasp if you'd like to see Ragnar in his full delicious glory. I'm not sure if the vinyl itself is metallic, or if Chris painted it with an extra metallic green sheen, but it pops. Size-wise, the Ragnar figures are basically an 8-inch cube. For some of the Ragnar figures, but not the banana one, you can pop off one of the forearms and pop on the Gauntlet of Power. They do have some swivel to the arms and swivel in the wrists. This guy, like most of the other color versions, was a limited run of 5. From the unpainted blanks to the convention exclusives, a Ragnar figure will run you anywhere between $80 and $240. Most cost about $160, which seems to be a standard for art figures of this size and quality. And that's exactly what this guy is, a work of art. A younger me had a hard time justifying the prices that these larger Sofubi figures demanded. I was an avid collector of high-grade figures and was more than happy to spend $5 on a tiny figure with lots of detail. Then I was willing to spend a lot more, but for stuff like monster arts with extreme articulation. But the older I got, the more I started to see these figures from an artistic angle, and they grew on me fast. I'm glad I was able to pick this one up at the August 2023 Days of the Dead convention in LA. If you missed out, never fear. A few remaining Banana Ragnars have made their way to the Last Bastion Studio website. If those are gone by the time you're watching this, you might send them a message and see if they'll restock, or see what other variants they have in the pipeline. The California-based Last Bastion Studios appears at many conventions across the country, like Designer Con in Vegas, G-Fest in Chicago, and even 5 Points Fest in New York. I'm sure they'll be somewhere near you soon with a tasty new variant. I hope you get a chance to pick up one for yourself, or at least see these delicious paint jobs in person and meet the awesome talent behind them. So join the Ragnar squad today, and please, drink responsibly.